Every morning and every evening, my mom comes into my room to breastfeed me. I guess the only weird thing is that I'm 16.
What?
Hey, what's up, guys? So we've all heard of these animated story channels, right? Those fake-ass YouTubers that literally quite fucking make terrible content and fake stories just so that they can make a quick buck from the views of innocent, dumb fucking children. Now, we've all heard of them. Storytime Animated, Share My Story. They're all fucking terrible, and they're all pretty much the same. Now, you've all heard of the infamous I am breastfed at 16 video. But that has nothing on today's topic.
Hi, my name is Kayla, and I got pregnant when I was still in elementary school.
Can I get you a glass of milk to go along with those cookies?
Sure.
So apparently this elementary school student got pregnant. An elementary school student got pregnant. What does this world come to?
I grew up in this really small island. We had few neighbors, and children didn't get to go to public school. To study, I would have to travel many miles every day, and my parents couldn't afford it.
Okay, so she's from another country. She is, well, an immigrant who moved to the US, I guess. I don't know. She speaks perfect English. So why do they say that she is from another country?
My mom and dad wanted a better future for me, and they began saving up every penny they earned. It was a hard time because we had little to eat, and my parents worked almost all day long. I had to help out a lot around the house, even if I was really young.
A lot of kids help their parents around the house, even if they're little, 5 or 6, mostly just menial tasks or chores. You're not special.
I can't thank my parents enough for everything they did for me, and I know I disappointed them by getting pregnant when I was so young. I hope I can make it up to them and repay them for all their effort and love.
Aw, that's just sweet. Wait, what's the title of the video again? Oh yeah, that.
When I was 9 years old, they managed to save up enough money to move to America. I knew a little English,
What do you mean only a little English? You have no accent. You sound like an American.
but it was hard starting from scratch. I had a lot to learn, and I had never gone to school at all before arriving to the USA.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Everything was new to me. Growing up in such a small island, I wasn't used to the busy streets or being surrounded by lots of people. I wasn't used to the fast-paced life of the city either. It was all so foreign and odd to me.
Oh yeah, that's a real bustling ass city if I've ever seen one. I only see 4 cars, 1 bus, and 2 people.
What was worse, I was older than my classmates when my mom and dad finally managed to get me enrolled in a public school.
Imagine a 9-year-old in a 1st grade class just learning what bricks are.
I was really eager to learn though, so I studied hard and paid attention to my teachers. I did my homework every evening and practiced speaking and writing in English. Dad worked 2 jobs, and that allowed Mom to take care of me when I wasn't at school. That was also a big change because they usually didn't have enough time to be around me often.
So when is the part where she gets pregnant?
I was really happy about this. I was a kid and really needed my mom to be by my side. She helped me with my homework and motivated me to be responsible.
Apparently not responsible enough to not get pregnant at your age.
I became a great student, and my teachers considered allowing me to skip a grade. Since I didn't have any previous education, they decided against it, even if it meant I was older than my classmates and I showed promise.
Yeah, until you got knocked up.
Perhaps, they told me, I would be able to skip a grade or 2 when I reached high school. 6th grade arrived.
Wait a minute, 6th grade? I thought this was elementary school. 6th grade is middle school. What the fuck?
And everything was going well. My parents had both managed to get far better jobs. Dad was able to be home every night.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that there are 4 under the pizza or the fact that the 2 parents look like siblings to me.
And we were living in a nice apartment in a better neighborhood. My life was a lot better than it had ever been at the island.
A very common thing these videos do is not specify where the main character came from. It's really annoying.
I had friends, I was studying, we lived in a nice place. Mom and Dad could actually spend time with me, and we even had enough money to afford nicer clothes and furniture. We were not rich or anything of the sort, but it was more than enough for us. That was when I met this really nice guy named Brad. I fell in love with him immediately.
And he made me his personal cum dump that day.
My parents allowed us to date because it seemed like it was so innocent.
Here's a tip. If you let your daughter date at that age, you're a bad parent.
After all, we were both still so young.
Exactly the reason why you two shouldn't have dated in the first place.
We spent a lot of time together. It was so much fun, and I loved kissing him. We were foolish
No shit, Sherlock.
and really young.
Again, the exact reason why you shouldn't have dated in the first place.
One night, while my mom was working overtime, we stayed home alone.
Hold up.
I know where this is going, I don't like it.
We began having too much fun, and one thing led to another.
Sorry, is there a light switch in here? Oh, it's behind here, is that it?
Come on out, Joshua.
Oh,
Right over there, please.
There it is, folks. There it freaking is.
At first, I didn't notice anything was different. A few weeks passed by, and I began getting sick in the mornings.
Oh, geez, I wonder what that could be.
Mom got concerned, but since I felt better after a while, she brushed it off as the flu.
Apparently, the mom is also as dumb as rocks.
I didn't want her to be concerned, so I pretended I didn't feel queasy most mornings. I kept going to school and studying as normal, but things kept getting weird. My stomach began swelling up,
I wonder what that could be.
and by then I knew that something was wrong.
So you didn't realize something was wrong when you had morning sickness?
I talked to Brad first, and we figured out I was pregnant.
Or you could have a xenomorph growing inside of you. That's also possible.
I completely freaked out and didn't want to tell my parents anything about it.
So your stomach is swelling up and your parents never at least went to a doctor about that?
But there wasn't anything else I could do. That night, I blurted the news out in the middle of dinner. I was too upset to try and calmly explain it to them. My parents were incredibly mad. They scolded me for hours and couldn't believe I could have gotten pregnant since I was so young. They took me to the doctor and wanted to confirm if it was true. After a quick echography and a blood test, it was confirmed.
God damn it, this is just horrible. This is a horrible video.
I was expecting a baby. The doctor told them I was over 4 months pregnant, so there was no other choice but to keep the baby. When we got back to our home, my mom and dad started arguing. Dad said I was ruining my life,
I gotta give credit to the dad. At least he has a brain.
and Mom said that they needed to support me.
But apparently the mom doesn't.
I was their daughter, and even if I had messed up, they couldn't turn their back on me. They called Brad's parents, and the 4 of them met up. Brad and I were terrified, and all the adults were furious.
If I found out my child got pregnant at that age, I too would be pissed off.
They explained that they would support us, but that the baby would be our responsibility.
Or you could do the reasonable thing and put it up for adoption.
We would have to keep studying, and when we arrived home from school, we'd take care of our son or daughter. We agreed immediately, of course, not only because it was the right thing to do, but because we were both terrified of our parents' anger. I continued studying all through my pregnancy. I was very lucky since both my parents and Brad's mom and dad really were there for us every step of the way. Against all odds, Brad and I continued dating all through high school. When we graduated, we moved in together with our daughter, Lucy.
Now, the thing that surprised me the most is the fact that he didn't go for milk and then mysteriously disappear.
We have a great relationship and get along so well with all 4 of my daughter's grandparents.
I just realized that they all have blue eyes and brown hair. I would make an incest joke, but I'm pretty sure that this isn't the case.
We are a happy family and
Holy shit, that is one big baby.
are doing great. We both have good jobs and plan on having more children in a few years. Sometimes people think that I'm Lucy's sister instead of her mom, but we don't mind. We worked really hard to raise her well, and we will continue to try and give her the best life possible.
You couldn't have said that in a more cheesy way.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other videos on the channel.
Yeah, I'm not running that gauntlet again. That's the end of the video for me. I can't bear any more of this. I don't know what disease this video gave me, but it definitely gave me something. So, go watch something else other than these fake animated story videos. Goodbye.